Then will appear the Son of Man in heaven. And then all the peoples of the earth will mourn when they see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. You see, guys, there's no need to even try to find a lot of scriptures. Sometimes I try to find a lot of scriptures speaking about the same thing, you understand? But here, there really is no need, because, you know, Jesus says something that is so powerful that even when Satan appears to these nonsenses coming forward claiming to be Jesus, forgot to tell them something powerful that Jesus said. And it's just where I read. Then will appear the Son of Man in heaven. That's the first thing. Then will appear the Son of Man in heaven. What does that tell you? It tells you that you cannot be born here on earth. Jesus is not going to be put in anyone's flesh anymore. That is something you should understand. If you were born of woman, don't claim to be Jesus. Satan forgot to tell you something. If you decide to claim to be Jesus, many nonsenses are coming forward claiming to be Jesus. So if you decide to claim to be Jesus, I want you to hear me very well before you claim this. And when Satan tells you to do this, when Satan comes to you and say that you should claim that you are Jesus, and you start believing that nonsense about yourself, tell Satan to make you stand there by the air. If Satan can do that for you, believe me, you have my vote. Believe me, guys, you have my vote. You understand, guys? Because it's very important, because this is a problem that we are facing. Every nonsense that doesn't know what it wants to do here on earth decides to claim to be Jesus. And I sit and I'm like, did you come from a woman? Were you born here on earth? Then you can't be Jesus. You cannot quote from the Old Testament. Jesus, the first coming, Daddy spoke way back in the Old Testament. He said, I will put my son in the womb of a virgin. First of all, your mom was not a virgin. Let us make that clear before you get confused. Your mom was not a virgin. Your mom had sex with your father. So obviously your mom was not a virgin. So that one should tell you that you can't be Jesus. So when Satan tries to deceive you and you start believing this nonsense, ask Satan these questions. Guys, these are the questions I'm making sure that you ask Satan before he makes you come forward and claim such nonsense, and you will appear on TV and people like me will laugh at you. People like me will laugh at you. You understand? So, first of all, you need to make sure that your mom was a virgin. That's the first thing. And it's even worse. Daddy did not say that he will put Jesus in a womb of a virgin twice. He said only once. Unfortunately, that has happened. So, let's get rid of that. We needed to get rid of that. Secondly, he says, then will appear the Son of Man in heaven. So you have to ask Satan to give you wings and stand there by the cloud. Now, you see the problem with a cloud. Have you seen an aeroplane? When an aeroplane is so far, sometimes you can't even see it. You can hear it, but you can't even see it. It's so far that it's so small. It's so far that it's so small, you can't even tell it's an aeroplane until it draws closer. Then you're like, oh, now I see the wings. Now I see, because it's so huge when it gets to the land, but it's so far there by the sky. So you can't. You understand? What Jesus says next is also alarming. He says, and then all the people of the earth will mourn when they see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven. Now, if you claim to be Jesus, did we all see you coming from the cloud of heaven? No, I'm asking because these are the questions that these nonsenses who come forward forget to ask Satan to give them powers. Ask Satan to give you the powers, not only to fly. Maybe he can give you powers to fly. Many people have asked Satan to give them powers to fly. Unfortunately, Satan, I don't know if that he can do unless he gets you out of the body. You can get out of the body. Jesus can do that, but Satan can also do that. Satan has the powers. Go to Devil worshippers. They will tell you that they do come out. But I don't think that Jesus will allow Satan, even give him the powers, to make you fly like that and stand there by the cloud and everyone see that it's you. Just unfortunate, So it's things like that. You see, guys, Jesus, that's why I always say that you must listen to the word, because the word of God still remains the only source of information about his kingdom. Why? Because you see, if Satan, guys, will come and say exactly what Jesus says, it will be difficult for people who don't have the gift of discerning. The gift of discerning, not everyone has it. Not everyone. Is just a remnant. It's just a few people. You understand? So if Jesus will tell us to rely on that gift, then he must give us that gift. He must give that gift to all of us. You understand? He must give us guys, he must give all of us that gift. You understand? The mere fact that he didn't see the need to do so, it means that that gift is not a necessity to have. Because why? His word is here. When you read his word, you can't go wrong unless you just evil by nature. You can't go wrong. It's not even possible. You understand? So if Satan will come and appear to people as Jesus, there are things that you're going to have to look at. Even with the revelations, look at, if Jesus says that my color is the snow color, you understand? My head is as white as a snow. My hair is as white as a snow. My eyes are blazing with fire. And then he comes and he looks pink. And he comes and he looks blue. And he comes and he looks brown. Then that's not Jesus. Guys, then that ain't Jesus. I need you to believe that. I really, really need you to believe that. You understand? So if Satan now is coming and claiming to be Jesus, it shouldn't be something that is not in line with the word. It shouldn't be something that is not in line with the word. If Jesus will allow Satan to come exactly as him, and and Satan has a snow color now, like Jesus, because Jesus has said that, I've got a head, and we know that the head is this whole area, the face and the head. Jesus' color is white as snow. You understand? He doesn't look like anyone here on earth, so he has this hair as white as snow as well. So we know that, you understand? So if Satan now comes looking exactly like that, then Jesus will make things difficult for all of us. Things difficult for all of us. He has to make sure that Satan is not able to do certain things, because Satan has certain powers. Satan, guys, he has powers. That's why he's Satan. That's why he's a god of this age. He's called a god of this age, because he has certain powers. You understand? And Jesus will make sure, Jesus actually must make sure that there are things that Satan cannot do. And truly speaking, guys, there are many things that Satan cannot do. And one of those things is tell the truth. That's why Jesus tells the hypocrites of his time, he says, you like your father Satan, there's no truth in him. When you speak lies, you speak your native language. So lies are Satan's native language. Lies, guys, are Satan's native language. I need you guys to understand that, So whenever Satan speaks to you, because you come across people telling you that God has blessed them with the things of the world, and then you read the word and it says, don't love the word or the things of the world, your blessings are reserved in heaven. So you sit and you're like, could Jesus be the one speaking? No, it's not Jesus. Why? Because what is being said, yes, sound nice, but it's not Jesus. You understand? So you often hear me, guys, speak a lot against what pastors are preaching, these riches. So if Satan comes now and say that you are going to be rich, there was a time, I think I was in church, and there was this prophet who would put hands on us, and then he would proclaim things, say things. So he did the same thing with me, and he said that you will bring riches to your family. I opened my eyes, and guys, that was the last time I allowed any pastor to put hands on me, because while he was uttering that nonsense, I was saying with my heart, take back. Those riches, I give them back to you. Guys, it might sound good, but if Jesus says, do not love riches, do not love the world, do not love money, he can't give me riches. It sounds good. Good, guys. Am I a fool? Yes, I'm a fool. I agree. I'm the first one to raise my hand and say, yeah, I'm a fool. You understand? So it's things like that. So if guys, Jesus will allow Satan to do the things that he does, or things that he will do, then it will be difficult for many people to actually detect that this is now Satan. For me, I don't even have to use the gift of discerning. I have this gift, but I hardly use it because there is no need to use that gift. That's why I tell you that Jesus did not give everyone this gift because it's not necessary. You understand? It's not, it guys, really, I'm telling you, it's not necessary at all, because when you read the word and you understand what Jesus is saying and you know his laws, you understand what he says about himself and everything, you know that what you're saying is not in line. There are things that don't need a gift. And if really we had to rely on a gift in order to see when Satan is at work, then that will be a huge problem. So these people, guys, who come forward and claim to be Jesus, they forgot one thing. The first one is that the Son, the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, it will appear in heaven. Did we see you standing there by the cloud? Ask yourself. Secondly, it says everyone will mourn when they see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven. So did we see you coming on the clouds of heaven? Because as much as you'll be standing by the cloud, maybe you'll be so likely that we can't even see, Jesus says we will be able to see that. You understand? We will be able to see that. So if you didn't, guys, I'm saying this because it's easy to be deceived by these people because they even like to use the Dido-D version, when they claim to be Jesus's and everything, So I've actually seen one, from YouTube, this nonsense was saying that he is actually a son of God, and guys, and a certain woman was actually speaking on YouTube saying that she's carrying Jesus, and I'm like, this thing was busy having sex outside marriage with whatever nonsense she was having sex with, and then she comes forth now pregnant, trying to lie to all of us. Guys, we're not fools. We're not fools. We read the word. You understand? So I'm just saying this so that should someone decide to come forward, you need to know that there are people who are like me who read the word. There are people out there who read the word. You understand? Even if you don't read the word, don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. Mary will not come twice. Jesus has already come. You understand? We've got proof of those things. We understand. We know. Understand? So we're waiting for him to come like this, not to be born on earth, and especially not in this generation. Jesus ain't gonna be born, given birth by anyone in this generation. Believe that. Take that. guys, I'm not looking down on this generation. It's just that it's a generation where the word of God is just non-existing. The word of God is not known at all by this generation. So I had to make sure that these two things you understand. These two things you get. Jesus has spoken so much about himself. He gave so much proof of things that people should think twice before they claim. Think twice before you even believe. Now, not only about these nonsenses coming forward claiming to be Jesus, even you, think twice before you believe anything. Until next.